Thanks for joining me. I'm happy and grateful that you're here with me today. And on this workout, we're going to focus on opening up, stretching and lengthening your hips and focusing on a little bit of core strengthening as well. It'll be under 20 minutes, so I know you can fit this anywhere in your day, whether you're just doing this or adding it onto a longer workout, there's a spot for it in your day. So when you're ready, let's get started. We're going to start on the mat and in child's pose. So come on down to your mat, start on all fours, and then bring the toes together. Your knees will be a little bit apart, and your arms are just reaching forward. If you can rest your forehead on the mat, that's wonderful. You can always grab a block to place it under your forehead as well. As we get started, just allow your arms to bend so that your fingertips can come together and the arms are in a little bit of a diamond shape. As you begin to take your attention inward, just focus on your breath and allow the back of your hips, your low back, to try and relax. One or two breaths here, breathing more space into your low back. And then separate your fingertips, reaching the arms forward. We're going to press up into all fours for cat-cow. So bringing your shoulders over your wrists, hips over the knees. We'll inhale as you lift the chest and lift your tailbone up. And exhale, round your back, dropping the tailbone between your knees and letting the crown of your head reach for the floor. Inhale, lift the chest and your gaze is just forward. Tailbone is up, but abdominals are firm. And exhale, round your spine like an angry cat, lifting your waistband to the ceiling. Again, inhale, arch. Take your collarbones and your gaze forward, but your tummy is firm. And exhale, round your back, drop your tailbone, pressing into your hands. And two more times at your own pace and on your breath. Inhale as you arch. And exhale as you round. One more time. Inhale, lift, making sure you have space between your fingers. And exhale, round the back like an angry cat. Tailbone drops down. One more inhale as you lift the heart forward. From here, tuck the toes under, press your hips back for downward facing dog. Your spine is long, and maybe especially if your hamstrings feel tight, the back of the leg feels tight, begin to pedal out your legs. As you continue to do that, make sure you're lengthening your spine, so you're sending your tailbone and your hips up towards the ceiling. Your abdominals are lifted in and up, and your ribs in the front are just relaxed. Couple more times here. Bring that to a stop. Lift your right leg up to the ceiling. Step through your hands, bringing the back knee down for a low lunge. Pulling the abdominals off the thigh, using that core strength to come right up to your knee, pressing your hands down as you lift your chest, lift your abdominals long. Staying here or spiraling your arms open, lifting up. Inhale, exhale, stay here, squeeze the inner thighs to keep you stable. Exhale, press the arms down, frame your foot, tuck the back toes under, come into a plank position. Shoulders are over wrists, spine is long, you push through your heels, abdominals are firm into your back. One more breath here. And then on your next exhale, press your hips to the sky for downward facing dog. Again, the length in your spine is the priority. Your ribs are soft and your abdominals are zippered in and up. Lift the left leg up to the ceiling. Step through your hands, bring the back knee down for a low lunge on this side. Start with the abdominals lifted off your thigh and use that strength to bring you up, pressing your hands into your thigh to lift your chest a little bit more. Keep the inner thigh squeezing. And we spiral the arms open if you like. Lift up, lift the chest. Exhale, stay here. So feel the length in the spine here. Your inner thighs are working, your abdominals are lifted in and up. One more breath. And then exhale, place the hands down, frame your foot, tuck your back toes under. We're coming back to plank. So long spine, abdominals are in, pushing through the heels. You're feeling like a piece of steel from your head to your heels. Next, exhale, push the hips to the ceiling for downward facing dog. Staying here, maybe pedaling the feet one more time. Bring that to a stop. And walk your feet towards your hands, letting your head hang. Knees are soft. Roll the spine up one vertebra at a time until your head is the last to come up. Come to the top of your mat and feel the grounding of your feet, of your whole body, like roots into the mat, standing in your mountain pose. And just one more breath here to bring the breath back to center. On the next inhale, spiral your arms out and up, and exhale, stay here, lift the heart, and exhale, press the arms down. Again, inhale, lift up, exhale, stay, maybe lift your gaze slightly, lift your chest. Exhale, swan dive forward, bending the knees. Inhale, half lift, long spine, and exhale, forward fold. Again, inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees enough to allow your hands to come to the mat and step right back to downward facing dog. So again, long spine. Abdominals are lifted in and up. From here, lift the right leg up. Step through. Keep your hands here. We're headed to warrior two, but check your alignment right away. So you want to pivot the back foot. Your front heel cuts your back arch. Abdominals are firm right away, and you spiral the arms open into warrior two. So as you stay here and breathe, the spine is nice and long. Your arms are reaching energetically left and right. Take a quick peek down at your knee, your front knee and toe, and make sure that the knee is over the second and third toe. Yeah, you can bend your knee a little bit more. Abdominals are firm, they're lifted in and up. Yeah, so strong core right here. On the next exhale, we're going into the side angle. So front arm bends and you lift the back arm up and over. Get a big side stretch on your left side body, but try and keep the shoulders away from your ears. Abdominals have to stay in. And come back up to warrior two. Reaching, staying here for another breath, and peaceful warrior. So straighten the front leg, reach back, get a nice stretch in the front body, lifting this right arm up to the ceiling, and you come back to warrior two. Lift the arms up, pivot the back foot, turn forward, bring your hands down, and step back to downward facing dog. So nice stretch here, long back. Lift the left leg as we head for warrior two on the other side. So check your alignment first. Front heel cuts the back arch. Spiral the arms open like a windmill as you face the opposite side. Checking that the front knee is over the second and third toe. Your spine is long, the ribs are not shifted forward. We bring the front elbow forward and down, and you lift the back arm up and over for side angle. keeping a firm zippered abdominal, and this top shoulder is away from your ear. Come right back up on your next exhale to warrior two. And straighten the front leg, reach the front arm up for peaceful. Stretching the front body, taking your gaze to the ceiling. Breathing here for just a moment. And then back to warrior two. Looking straight ahead, keeping the spine nice and tall and your right over your ribs to your hips. Arms lift up, back foot pivots. We come forward again, hands go down, come back to downward facing dog. Stretch the spine, pulling the abdominals in and up. Walk your feet forward one more time. And then roll your spine up to standing. Your head is going to be the last to come up. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, swan dive forward for forward fold again. Inhale, half lift, long spine, lengthen the back of the neck, and exhale, fold forward. This time, bend the knees enough and take your hands to the mat. You're coming onto all fours to come to a seated position. So just carefully bring yourself to sitting. Your feet are around to the front, and make sure you have enough room in the front of your mat. We're moving on to boat pose, so we continue with the challenge of our core abdominals. So from here, your legs are glued together. Sit up nice and tall, taking your hands behind your thighs. Lift the spine and lift your heels. So your toes are still down. I'll move my block so maybe you can see. Your toes are still down, but your heels are lifted. Your inner thighs are squeezing. Lift one leg to the air and find your balance and lift the other to match. So your shins are parallel to the floor. You can stay right here. You're squeezing your inner thighs together like they're one leg. Your abdominals are lifted in and up. And this can be quite a challenge, so you can stay right here. If you feel like you need more, just stretch your arms ahead of you. Then staying here and breathing. Keeping the navel pulled in, your shoulders are relaxed, the legs are squeezing together. Place your feet down. Make sure you have enough room behind you, so you might have to slide a little bit more forward. Lift up nice and tall, inhale, exhale, roll back halfway to the point where your arms get straight. Scoop your navel in, stay here and breathe. And exhale, come forward and sit tall. One more time, lift up. Scoop the navel in, roll back to the point where you feel a stretch in your low back or the arms get straight. And keep rolling down one vertebra at a time this time until you come down to the mat. From here, bring your heels a little bit closer to your seat. We're going into a bridge pose. And if you would prefer to have your block, you can always take your block between your knees and inner thighs. Otherwise, you have a little bit of a space between your legs. From here, lift the hips up. Press your arms down and feel the energy reach out of your knees. So they're reaching forward. You're magnetizing your inner thighs. If they're not touching or they're not touching a block, feel like they have magnets and they're coming for each other. And then roll your spine gently down on your exhale. We're going to do that 2 more times. Lift the hips up, press into your feet, but also keep the hips lifted so you're using your tushy. Abdominals are lifted in and up. Your inner thighs are hugging towards one another. And you exhale, soften the front of the chest, and roll down one vertebra at a time. One more time. Lift your hips up. Reaching the energy out your kneecaps so you're making space between your rib and your hips. And at the same time, you're zipping your abdominals in and up. And you exhale and roll your spine down. Tailbone is the last to come down. And from here, we're going to do a short Shavasana so you can take both legs long. Your hands can be pressing into the mat for grounding or lifted to the ceiling for a more receiving posture. And just gently bring your eyes closed, feeling the weight of your body onto the mat, keeping your eyes closed and tuning into your breath. This is just a time for you to re-energize after a short workout. And we'll be here in silence for just a moment or two. Keeping your eyes closed and just tune into your breath, seeing if perhaps you can deepen the breath just a little bit more to bring a little bit more rest into your body. Begin to bring some movement back into your fingers or toes. Keeping your eyes closed, turn onto your right side and just support your head and just continue to lie here with your eyes closed for just another breath or two. And then gently press yourself up to sitting. Eyes are still closed. You're finding a comfortable cross-legged position with a long spine. Inhale, stretch the arms left and right and lift them up to the ceiling. And exhale, bring your hands into prayer as you pull the arms down to your heart center, keeping the heel of your hands pressing together. And just leaning forward slightly, keeping your spine long. Begin to open your eyes, taking in the color of your mat, the color of the floor around you. And I thank you for allowing me this time with you. Hopefully this brought you a little bit of energy, a little bit of restoration, and you can bring this back anytime you need it during the day. And I hope that you enjoyed this, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up below. Any comments are welcome below as well. And if you think that I could help support you on your wellness journey, I would love the chance to have a chat with you. You can check out my website, sibleypilates.com. book a free call, and perhaps my wellness programs can support you as you move forward in your life of vitality. Thank you so much.